Okay, so mounting a T5 to an LS, it has the same general bolt pattern as the original small block Chevy. The only difference is it's missing the upper bolt here. Some older bell housings have the top bolt. The LS motors do have it, but this bell housing is your standard aluminum bell housing. I think this one's from the 60s or 70s. And I'll show you how it fits. It fits on like the other one. This one does clear the flywheel. So I've got a new LS flywheel on here. So I'll show you how that works. So there's that. You see it clears. And I don't have the clutch installed yet, but I'll show you how to measure to see if you have the right input shaft on the T5 transmission. Now the other thing is the LS blocks don't have the little shift, the little ball for the shift linkage for the manual. This bell housing has it on the side. It's a couple inches further back than stock. Stock's about right here. So the other thing, this is going in a Nova. So the other thing is the Novas are pretty tight up to the firewall. The LS motors, the rear cylinder head is right up to the bell housing flange. So I'm not sure. I was hoping to reuse the drive shaft, but I think I'm gonna have to have a longer one made up and move it a little further up. I could possibly use this bolt. I mean this pivot in this position, and I could move this engine up about 3 inches would be nice for the rear clearance. Or I'll have to make something. Maybe I could drill and tap into this flange. It's pretty thick right here. I might be able to do that. Drill and tap and put into that. That might be easy. You know, just move the engine up a little bit more. Otherwise, this head is like right on the firewall. So here's the back of the crank. I haven't installed the throwout bearing yet. I mean, the pilot bearing or bushing. This is the one. I'll show a little screen grab of the part number maybe after this video. I haven't installed it yet, but I've got a tape measure on me. You figure with the thing all the way installed, it'll go about right there. I'm getting about a 6 3/8 on that. And so when you go to the transmission, you can see it's going to be about 6 3/8. So this is really pretty good input shaft here from the face of the trans to that. So this thing will go right in. But you just need this special pilot bushing. And again, I'll put the GM part number right here. This is the correct, I think it's 5/8 or maybe something smaller on the inside there. And it'll go right into that. Okay, so remember the LS engines are metric. I like to use this type of bolt. I think it's a flange bolt, possibly. This little built-in washer, it's kind of cool. Just make sure they're long enough. And these particular ones are 15 millimeter. I'll throw a few in there. And remember, this one, you can't put a bolt in it. It's not threaded from the factory. Okay, so the next thing is the bolts that go through the transmission into the bell housing. These are 1/2 inch bolts. You have to drill out the ones in a T5. If a T5's never been installed into a small block Chevy, these bolts won't fit through the little holes on the body of the transmission or the case of the transmission, so you do need to drill them out. Sometimes a little bit more, possibly take them out to 9/16 or so, just so they all fit in pretty nice. This is just a mock-up. I only have 3 bolts, but it's a heck of a lot easier to do out of the car. So it's pretty easy to do here for demonstration. Okay, here you have it. This is an LS with a standard Chevy bell housing bolted up to a T5 transmission. And all you need is that little throwout bearing. So thank you for watching.